Gabriel Manick, and this is Talking Life. This week has been crazy good. Things have never been better. I'm reading this new book by Dean Graziosi. I'm sure many of you have seen his videos on either Instagram or Facebook. Just, very good-looking guy with with glasses and always with a lot of excitement and energy, talking about the next best thing or a new idea that he has. But I received one of his latest book, Millionaire Success Habits, for free actually, and I forgot the website. Shoot. I should be able to include the link where you can get a copy for free. You just pretty much have to pay for the shipping and handling. But I'm like halfway through it right now, and man, I am learning so much, so many cool habits to implement into your life. It's not really about how can I get more money, but it's more so how can I change myself enough to the point where I remove all the negative and bad habits that I subconsciously started implementing into my life throughout my life, due to people that I grew up with, whether family, friends, coworkers, and stuff like that. So, man, it's just been insane. So I have to ask, are there moments that you remember in your life where you're like, man, if only I made a different decision? Obviously I'm talking about regrets, and it becomes very popular these days where it's like, I have no regrets. I'm where I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and very true. Like right now, I'm, with the things that I've gone through in my life, living in my car, constant heartbreak, loss in family and friends and all that kind of stuff. Man, I would not be the person I am right now, and I love who I am right now. I love this guy very much. See, even not a perfect smile, never had braces, but man, if you look at the bottom row right here, probably need some braces. But you know what? When I smile, it lights up a room. I know it because not only can I feel it, but I can see it when it becomes contagious on somebody else, and it's just beautiful energy going around. Anyway, so back to the things that happen in our life. There are so many exercises in this book that if you do not do it, you will not change. This stuff will not work. You might as well just throw it out your window. Make sure it doesn't hit the dog on the first floor, because that's sad. Dogs are too cute. But there are exercises in here, and one of them, especially today, was like, what is your story? What is the story that you have been telling yourself, who knows, the last year or even the last 2 or 3 decades? What are you telling yourself, especially when you think about the things you want to do, the things your goals and stuff? So, for instance, I want Talking Life to become one of those successful YouTube channels for self-growth and for people to watch and become inspired, and even to start commenting and asking questions, and then I can make videos that are specifically catered for those asking these questions, and then I could help them based on what I've learned in life and what I've read and implemented into my life. So I started this show back in 2016, I believe, in the summer or fall of 2016, and I felt really gung-ho about it. But like anything, when I first started performing and singing, playing guitar at coffee shops, not that many people came out. It started to grow over time. So the same way how it goes with making these YouTube videos. But I stopped making them. I think I did maybe 3 videos for that first year season. And then I came back and did 2 more in 2018. And then, now I'm back doing this now. And I stopped again because I just started doubting myself. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why are you even starting now? You should have continued from episode 1 and just kept making them and making them and making them. By this point, I probably would have had, oh man, let's see, 2, 3 years, easily over 200 videos. And with being consistent with anything you want to do, consistency is what gets you those good results that you want, ultimately. So those are one of my limiting scarcity mindset things that I would tell myself. Again, subconsciously, it would be working underneath, and there's a lot more that I figured out today, and especially in the last few days. But what are yours? What are yours? Well, what do you want to do? What are you trying to get through college? Are you trying to find the next best girl that you can marry someday? Personally, just for me, I don't think that should be a goal, an immediate goal, because if you're just looking to get married like ASAP because that's what your parents told you, that's what society is telling you, you're in for a lot of lessons. And hopefully this will save you some time where and money where you don't strive for that first, because I believe not just in relationships but in life in general, in career, you have to become the best version of yourself, and you will always be striving for that better version of yourself. So if you're not reading these kinds of books, or even heck, like the 5 love languages, this book I recommend so highly, because so many times we don't like to listen, we don't like to try to understand our partner. Excuse me. But we all have different love languages. For instance, my 2 top love languages are words of affirmation and words of affirmation and quality time. So, and your partners might be physical touch and acts of service. So if you don't understand that, okay, but they never show me that they love me, they never tell me that they love me, they don't spend time with me. It's like, well, what have they been doing? So if you notice that, they come home and they bring you like, I don't know, like this one time, this great girl, she surprised me with these Drake's apple pie, little pies that I love since I was a kid. I would love some right now. I'm so hungry. I just worked out. I could probably eat a bunch of them. Anyway, she surprised me with that. And, this was already after I had read this book. So I immediately knew that's one of her love languages. And it meant so much. I appreciated it. So like when you get to understand how your partner is speaking to you with their language, man, it's incredible. It's incredible. Where was I at? Oh yeah. So with anything that you're trying to get through college, you're trying to bring your career, your business to a higher level, because you kind of feel like it's been stagnant. You have to put new education, new knowledge into you, and then implement it. Like I said, you can't read these books and then throw them back on the shelf and post a video on Instagram like, yeah, oh, that's awesome, fuck yeah, I read some books, I'm being cool, and I'm doing things great for my life. But if you just put it back on your shelf and collect dust and don't actually take action, because taking action is the major part of this, you're just going to be the same guy. You might know a couple cool things to share with your friends while you're at the bar, like, hey man, I heard about this thing, yeah, Dean Graziosi, he said this, and oh my god, my life is going to change. A month later, they're asking you, hey, how's that book going? Oh, it's okay, man. Yeah, reading this book. Reading another book, huh? Okay, cool. You have to take action. Action is so important. So think about that and ask yourself, what are these things that you think are limiting you, these stories that you're telling yourself? And once you realize them, you have to write them down. Like, okay, this, I don't think I'll ever be loved, by a partner. I don't think I will ever make enough money to be financially free. I don't think I could ever... live debt free. I'm always gonna have debt, all that kind of stuff. You have to think about that, and then think, like really think, like it's okay if it takes 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You have to think like back through your life, who said that to you? You have to think back who said it to you. Like one of my limiting beliefs, which was I believe like you should have started earlier, or what was it? You should have started earlier. You don't have the resources. How could you achieve that? Also, like, why are you reading these books? Like, are you kidding me? You're not going to be the next John Bon Jovi. You're never going to get to that level. All that kind of stuff. It's this guy I used to work with at CVS. I can't believe how many times his name popped up for so many of my limiting beliefs. Insane. I've never thought about this guy. Like, maybe I've thought of him twice. since I left there, which was back in 2009, 2010, something like that. But it's insane. Like, all these things that you uncover from your past, and you realize that it's not something that you created. It's not a thought that you created. It was put into your mind because you're so impressionable at such a young age, and you took it as truth. And eventually, over time, as you have these like opportunities, and you're telling yourself these things, it just shows up so much. And I'm so grateful to have gone through what I've gone through. Maybe I can bring up, I can get into more depth with in another video, but at least when it comes to relationships, man, oh man, oh man, I was raised as always need to be a gentleman, always need to be a gentleman, and yes, you have to be a gentleman, but being a gentleman doesn't mean that you're okay, that you need to be okay with being treated as a doormat, or that you do everything for the girl, for the woman. You cannot. You cannot allow yourself to be used, because people will do that. I'm not even saying just women will do that. People will do that. If they see that a person is so over eager to help them, to do anything for them, eventually it's like, well, yeah, okay, I'll take the free help. Yeah, for sure. So this book, this is the latest book. The first one that I read was No More Mr. Nice Guy, and that one, man, that really changed. That really shifted my mind. That was incredible, because I think I spoke to my mom about this, and she's like, you need to, no, being a nice guy is a nice thing, and we've all heard this. I mean, it's because we've been told this time and time again. You need to be nice. You need to be nice. Now, there's a difference between being nice and being good. Being a nice person and being a good person, two different things. Being good is because you genuinely want to give of yourself with no strings no strings attached. You're not looking to receive anything in return. You're just doing it because that's who you are and that's what you want to do. Being nice usually comes with strings attached. It's like, okay, well, if I do this now, maybe they'll like me more, and then maybe they'll want to go out with me, and then they'll tell me that they like me. And man, you're basically an ass. You're an ass if you're when you're being a nice guy. You're being an ass guy. That's completely different. But this book, How to Be a 3% Man, it doesn't mean only 3% of being a man. It means that being 3 out of the 100 men that women meet. Most guys don't know how to talk to women, how to approach women, how to pursue them in the beginning, so that then nature takes course. And then eventually, like I used to do, you chase them out of your life because you think, oh, I need to fight for her. I need to prove to her that I am worthy of her, because that's what we see in The Notebook and A Walk to Remember, which are movies that I still like because they're really beautiful movies, but they lie. Eventually, when you get into the relationship and all that, it's completely different. It's a whole new story. But when it comes to meeting people and dating them, just dating them, having fun, hanging out, getting to know each other, it all takes time, and you can't chase. You can't chase because then there's no anticipation. There's no like, well, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he's thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about him. Oh, he's a jerk. He's a jerk for not messaging me. Well, I'm gonna message him just about something random. And then hopefully if the guy knows what he's doing, then you're setting up for the next date, and then you get to talk about all the things that you didn't talk about through text in between dates, because now you could do that on the date, and there's excitement and there's passion and so much fun, and that's what it's all about. So anyway, I think I kind of went from one thing to another. So like if you're having trouble like that in your relationships, or just in the dating world in general, look into this book, Coach Corey Wayne, How to Be a 3% Man, the 5 Love Languages, which is pretty good. Also, I forgot the author's name, but No More Mr. Nice Guy. That is a fantastic book. Definitely look into it. And that's mainly just with relationships. But there are other books, in terms of life and all that, but this one I'm highly recommend. Millionaire Success Habits. It will transform you as long as you allow it, you open yourself up for it, and you do these exercises. And yeah, if you go to his website or just follow Dean DeGrazio, geez, sorry Dean, Dean Graziosi. Uh, yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to find a link where you can get this book for free, but again, paying for shipping and handling. And yeah, well, that's it for me today. If you have any questions or you just want to comment, say a thank you, or say, hey, dude, your hair looks weak, and it's time for you to grow the beard back because you're looking like a youngin'. Well, thanks for your comments, and I'll make sure not to respond and forget about it because I don't care. Have a great day.